Heyo, and I am finally back with MerMay, and I am so excited to be starting this challenge. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this challenge this year, but I am very, very excited to be back doing it. And as you know, with my little hiatus from the last 2 months, from like a couple weeks ago, whatever, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it, like I said, but hey, I was able to. Well, at least get this first one done. Now, I have a couple shorts pre-recorded. As of recording this, it's like, what, fucking April 24th. So I'm already well ahead into MerMay. I have almost half of it done for content, and I'm very excited about that. And I'm also recording this in my car before work because I was just in a rush to get this voiceover done because there was a lot of stuff I had to say about this art before I completely forgot it because I recorded it the night before. Now, I know that I wanted to draw Racer and Plumeria since next week's short, I believe that's how the timeline lines up, is going to be Vincent and Dante, even though I drew them first. It's just the way it worked out. And looking back on it now, I realized I forgot to color something, but I'm pretty sure I can fix that before this goes up. I mean, I definitely will, but whatever. Anyway, my mind is everywhere because I'm just about to go into work, but I wanted to get this recording done. Now for this illustration, I did, as usual, the sketch in line art off camera, and I did the line art a little different. Normally I've been using that Tombow Futosuke, forgive me if I butchered that, brush pen, but that brush pen is starting to die, and that was the firm tip one, and I like that more than the soft tip one I have. So I was debating on using my Micron brush pen, but I was like, I don't know if I want to actually use that. But when I was downstairs getting the supplies I needed, I realized that I had a Faber Castell Fineliner, like a thick one that I forgot I owned. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to use this instead. So I used that liner, and it was a little weird going back to black liners. Like I used liners on that one illustration of my persona, which I'm just realizing you guys probably haven't seen yet. That'll be like a June thing. But yeah, that was the last time I used fine liners in my sketchbook. So I used it here on this, and I like the way it came out. The ink is very, very dark, and it didn't take much to cover over the lines, like my sketch. So I'm very happy with the way that turned out. And then for coloring, I decided I wanted to use markers, but not just any markers, because I've been using markers all for MerMay, or I'm going to be using my water-based markers all for MerMay. I kind of have this rule that I like to use water-based supplies for MerMay, be it watercolor, inks, watercolor pencils, that kind of stuff. Or my water-based markers, which are like the Crayola markers and the ones I just use if I'm like just in my sketchbook having a good time that's not gel pen, like stuff I want to experiment with shading. But I didn't want to just use my water-based markers. I remember that I have these Art 101 real brush watercolor markers. So I went downstairs, found that fine liner, and I found those markers and then brought them upstairs and where I started recording. And as you can see clearly, I am not recording in my usual spot. My two usual spots are either the desk upstairs in my fiance's bedroom or downstairs at the kitchen table. Hey, I gotta cut this voiceover. No, not the Christ cream. Holy shit, there was just an ice cream truck for Jesus at the fucking Walmart. Holy shit. Anyway, my watercolor markers and where I've been sitting. So I decided I wanted to sit in the living room so I could put on something on the TV, because if I was gonna sit at the table, I was gonna be limited to my phone or not being able to see what I was watching. So I decided I'm just gonna sit at the table, or at this little glass table in the living room, just for something different. Then I realized about halfway through one of the characters, glass tables reflect, which is why I have that little scrap paper there. So if you see any part of my ugly ass face, I'm so sorry. Or the flashing from the TV, because I just put on a Baylee Jae playlist that I love to watch. It was just her market illustration playlist. But I put that on and I just went to town on this. And I was gonna record this anyway, because I'm normally very shy with recording, and my fiance was like, you can record if you want, I don't care, because my in-laws weren't home, and then my fiance had to go to work, so I felt better recording it to begin with. But then I was like, oh, okay, cool, whatever, just record at the table when my fiance's not there. And then my fiance came home at the last like half hour of this, which was very anxiety inducing because I never recorded in front of my fiance before. But they were really cool with it, and they like love the idea that I do this stuff. It's cool. But yes, back to the markers because my mind is everywhere. As I started working on this, I realized, oh wait, I don't have a skin tone from Plumeria, because her skin tone is like a very deep olivey color, like a camo olivey green, and I only had like 3 different types of green. I had like a lime green, a forest green, and then like a neutral green. So I took the neutral green and I was layering colors on that swatch paper, and that's when I found out that orange on top of that made the perfect Plumeria skin tone. So I was able to get that. These colors were very limiting. I believe I had like 24 colors or something, maybe less. I know that my black died. So then I started coloring the parts with black with Sharpie. Well, not Sharpie, off-brand Sharpie, and it was gray. So I had to run and get my Art Alternatives black marker. So I did cheat a little bit. I didn't use pure black, but it's what I had to do. So there was a lot of color mixing and color theory, and I love how I was able to shade her with the darker green and then give her blush and lips a blue tint. And then Racer has the darker green and he was shaded with blue. And I decided to go with the family portrait for this because in my MerFolk AU, that's what I'm calling my MerMay thing, Racer and Plumeria actually live with Vincent and Dante because Plumeria was pregnant with Snapdragon because I figured live birth, fish, whatever. And they needed a place to settle down, so they went and broke into his cave while he was on vacation. And then they had little baby Snapdragon, and the fish that they're based off, Racer is clearly based off of an anglerfish because he's obnoxious with his bright lights to begin with. I don't remember what fish I based Plumeria off of. It's some kind of like rainbowy tropical fish. It's like the purple queen something. I had it written down somewhere. I just don't know where I have it. But with the coloring, like I said, very limited colors, mixing a lot here and there, especially for the background, because I realized that this set does not have any brown in it. Like, what kind of watercolor set does not have brown? But I figured I could just make brown. But these colors, because they're all such mid-tony colors, I had a hard time mixing brown, especially since the orange I would have been using to mix brown died. So when I was making orange for certain things, because I had like a pastel orange and then I had peach, so if I wanted to make a darker orange, I would have to mix yellow and blue, but the yellow kind of just like speckled and layered on top of the blue, because I wasn't using these like watercolors, I was using them like markers. So it did not work out the way I wanted it to, but I still think it worked out pretty damn good for the most part. And at some point, yes, the bristles did start to like dry up and all, but hey, what are you gonna do when you're trying to make everything work? And then I did end up using my ink pens. The brand is called Ink, like INC, like Incorporated Ink. Do the glitter, and those markers were also dying. I've had those markers for like 6 years now and they're dying. Like, I had the pastel blue one I was using on Dante the last time I was drawing die. Now I have the pink that's basically dying and then the dark blue that's dying. Like, I just need to get new glitter markers, but I'm gonna run these into the ground essentially because I have duplicates, but I'm like, I'm trying, I'm trying my best here. So yeah, for the background I ended up just layering different colors because I shaded the elements that needed to be shaded, like the clamshell couch, the seaweed, the grapes, like that kind of stuff. It's all shaded. But like the wall and the floor, I'm like, I don't have the colors to shade this properly, so it's just gonna be flat. And it looks a little weird considering the last time I did a detailed illustration, which was the first MerMay, which I'm pretty sure is already up with Zaro, Dexter, and Caleb. The Seal, MerFolk, and then Caleb, the human. That one has shading in the background, and I'm very, very proud of how that turned out. And then I'm just like, oh yeah, this. But I like the way this one came out too. This one was more so for character design rather than technical skills, I guess you would call it. But I don't know, I'm still very happy with it. And now I did notice that I did mess up some of the coloring. I forgot something on Plumeria, and I know I forgot Racer's little band. That's what I was talking about at the beginning of this voiceover. But I fixed it. It's not glitter, it's a pink gel pen that I'm gonna steal from work. So it's not gonna be seen now, it's gonna be seen in the final scan, but it is fine. Oh, and then I also added Petunia, which is canonly, like in canon universe, Racer, Plumeria, and Snapdragon's dog. She's a pit bull mix. So of course, she's a dogfish, which is a shark. Hilarious because Vincent in this AU is a black tip reef shark. So it's kind of like your roommate's a shark and you also have a pet shark. It's kind of weird, but it's funny. But yeah, that is my first MerMay video. I'm very excited to be done with almost all of it. Like, I mean, almost halfway done with MerMay already before May even hits. And that is me leaving my car to get ready to clock in the work. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. This is the most awkward fucking thing I've ever done. Like, finish this voiceover while clocking in the work. But I ran out of time. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. The links to my Etsy to support my small business are down below. And so is my Blue Sky to give me a follow on there. And I will see you guys next week for another MerMay. Bye.